Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Hello, Austin.
Hello,
Welcome to a very special stream of humanity. Today,
I'm excited.
We're gonna do a special stream because it is the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase this weekend, August 3rd through the 7th, and humanity just so happens to be a part of that event and is on sale for 20% off. So you can get a nice deal. You can save some money on saving humanity this weekend, which is
Absolutely.
very cool.
No better time to get in the game than when it's on sale, right? Save a few bucks and enjoy this wonderful game with us.
Indeed.
We typically also, I'm pretty excited for today's stream because we're going to go through the story mode, which we don't get to do a whole too often because we tend to focus on our community features like the user stages and stage creator during our stream.
That's true.
But while we are broadcasting to potential new humanity members, we assume they're going to want to get started in the story mode, so we're going to give that a go today, and I am excited to go through some of these stages, which I actually haven't had the chance to play in a minute. So.
I know, it's been a little while, and I noticed that my save is fresh on the Steam version, so I'm going to go ahead and just start a new game. Why not? We'll reset the story mode and show people what humanity is all about right from the beginning.
Yes, and I already saw we had a chat message from Clunky, one of our community members, that the game has a demo finally, so a lot of people haven't had the chance to dive into this game because, okay, when you see humanity, you're like, what the heck is this? It's kind of crazy looking at first glance. Don't really get the impression of what exactly you're trying to do. So definitely give the demo a go, and that's a great way to introduce new players to the game currently on Steam.
That's right, and the demo starts off very similarly to the story mode here, where you wake up and find that you are a dog, and that there is work to be done. What does that mean? Well, it means you must guide people to the light. Which people? It's the people emerging from this lighted door right now. This horde of humans, this never-ending horde. And we are going to take control of the dog here, the Shiba. Shiba moves pretty quickly and jumps very high, which helps in some of the platforming a little bit later. But this is a puzzle game, so let's go forward here and see what the voice has to say to us. Will you not lift up your voice? How else will you guide them? Oh, I see we have a goal here. We're going to have to turn the horde of humans here towards this goal. How are we going to do that?
Yeah, so I do notice some players get a little tripped up on this, but when you hold that turn button, then you can use the analog stick, and there's a guide at the bottom here of the screen to help you out for your first time playing, but yeah, it's not like a snap movement. Some people think they have to do it like instantaneously, but you have a bit of a moment when you're sitting there in place to place that turn command.
That's true. And just as I'm noticing the humans walking off here, as part of the story, and we'll see this in a minute as we progress, but the humans are walking off, but they actually are turning back into light. You can kind of see it there, and they walk through the door again. So there is no death in humanity. Just in case you're worried about that. But yeah, placing an arrow, you do it with either the square button on the PlayStation controller or the mouse button. You right click, or is it left click?
It's left click, yeah.
Left
click.
And
then you can use WASD. And of course, you're welcome to remap your controllers however you're most comfortable.
That's true. And this is the opening stage of the demo as well. We are playing in flat 2D, but the game is also a VR compatible game. So if you have a VR headset, you can play in VR. And that gives you a little bit different experience compared to just the flat version.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed my VR playthrough of this game. It's definitely a different feel, a different vibe. I'm more relaxed when I play this in VR because it's like your little anthill, I suppose, that you're just kind of watching. It gets a little trickier to play in VR. It might be subjective, but it's like when it gets a little more intense, right, in the later levels.
That's true.
But you get used to it as well.
Yeah.
You get used to the control method.
Here we're meeting Goldie. Goldie is, you'll find Goldie sort of around levels in the campaign and in user-created stages, and they are a special pickup. And in the game, collecting them not only helps your progression, but it also unlocks some things for you as well. Some helpful features and cosmetics and bonuses. Ooh, what are these? These little hash marks on the wall means that you can make the humans climb them. Okay.
Yes, perfect diagonal divots in the wall for rock climbing.
That's
material for our humans.
That's right. I've never actually tried to climb a wall with diagonal divots, but I assume based on it's in a video game, it must be true.
Yes. So any rock climber gym routers out there, there's an idea for you.
Yes. Make a humanity rock climbing wall that is the sort of diagonal.
And be sure to tag us on socials when you do that.
Yes. Indeed. So we got our first Goldie. High five, internet high five. To that, what have we unlocked here? Well, we unlocked Goldie rewards, just the menu to show you what rewards you unlock collecting Goldie. That's the first unlock.
Yes, that's the Goldie rewards are the dopamine of humanity, and continually unlocking, like you mentioned, the cosmetics and some also like quality of life features. But those quality of life features come very quickly, and it's just like kind of almost like a tutorial or way to introduce you through the Goldie rewards as well.
Yeah. Now the goal in each stage of humanity is leading the people from their sort of start position to a goal. And before each stage, you can kind of zoom around each stage, get a lay of the land here. But you can also do that with the triangle button. I forget what button it is on PC. But yeah. And now we're seeing the humans splatting on the ground there. But the voice inside our head is telling us that they are recycled. Their spirits are recycled through the door. They're turned back into light and walk through the door once again.
Yes, they are splatting peacefully into a never-ending loop
That's correct.
of light. Yes. But yeah, I guess you also learn about the fall damage here. So as you saw, the humans cannot drop 3 blocks. 2 max.
2 is the maximum. Their bodies are fragile. Now, let's get this Goldie here.
I guess if they are made of light, that would be a fairly fragile material, right?
I think you're right. Yes. You can zoom the camera in with, I think, the scroll wheel on the mouse, or control pad, the directional pad on a PlayStation or Xbox controller.
Yeah, I do it pretty often, especially when you already have the solution mapped out and you want to just kind of observe, or if you're in VR and want to just watch it all unfold. Definitely, I play around with the zoom.
That's true.
Just, rotate around, try to find a cool angles to observe my flow of humans.
Yeah, and as we place commands, I think it's important to note that they are unlimited. You do not have a set number of commands in these opening stages anyway. A little bit later, it is introduced that you have limited commands, but for right now, unlimited commands. You can place them wherever you like on flat ground.
All right, nicely done, CJ, and those of you who are following along.
Yeah. Ooh, we just got a Goldie reward here, the fast forward command. So now I can hold down the right trigger, R2, and fast forward time, or I believe it's shift on the keyboard.
That's correct. It also fast forwards the music if you're trying to get some upbeat beats going. I feel like all the tracks in Humanity are made with that in mind, almost in a way. It kind of speeds up the tempo.
And they walk pretty fast.
Yeah.
There. Useful in stages where you've laid everything out and you just want to see the solution play out. I guess we should say that to pick up Goldie, you have to have the people walk through them. You cannot actually control Goldie directly. So if I were to place a command on the Goldie, they don't walk alone. They must be escorted by humans. So yeah, that does not do anything.
Goldies do not follow Shiba's commands.
No, they don't.
That. But I guess they enjoy the humans, so they tag along.
They will only follow humans. Yes, I believe this stage is also in the demo, this switch hitter stage. And we have climbable wall here. I'm probably solving this much faster than somebody coming to the game new would solve this, just because I played through the campaign so many times.
Right, I was just thinking that we kind of CJ and I have seen these stages over and over, so we may be kind of breezing through these. But,
I'll slow down. I'll slow down.
But yeah, making use of those climbable walls, and I always like the stage complete screen. Kind of shows you the whole flow. I personally, I'll sit here for a second, especially after a difficult puzzle. Like, yes, that is a beautiful thing to see.
It is, and you can scroll around, zoom in, watch the people walking through. It is kind of zen to just kind of look at the solve. What bonus did we get here?
Ooh,
the free camera. Okay, so I can press the triangle button, pause the game, and view the stage. I think that's going to come in handy later.
Yeah, and I think we'll even showcase how it can be useful here early on, and how you can utilize it to solve a puzzle, because I think a lot of people do miss that until later on when they're really getting brain busted. They might be like, how can I get this free camera to help me? But yeah, it's definitely some features in the free camera that are useful for solving puzzles.
Yeah. Hey, we got a new command here.
Ooh.
Jump, and to pick that up, I just walk over here and acquire the command. Now let's see, how do I switch between these commands here? Because I have turn and jump. I'm definitely going to want to turn them. If you are using a controller, you can use the L1, L2, or L1, R1 to do that.
Yeah, and on keyboard, I believe it's Q and E, just kind of so that is next to your WASD typical movement controllers.
Yeah.
Looks like they're running into the wall. Don't know what to do.
No.
They are...
We want them to jump up there, so I think I'm going to place a jump command right here.
Currently obeying every Shiba's will and walking straight into that wall if there is no jump command.
That's right. You need to command them. They're not going to do anything on their own. They're just going to walk straight and to their own doom. All right, now they're walking into the goal. I'll pop out into free look here and kind of look around the stage. There are two goals on this stage, so we need to do both of them to complete the level. And there's also a Goldie kind of hanging out here in midair above these people. Do you think jump command would collect him?
I believe you may be on track there, CJ. It looks like the humans walk directly under it currently, so they might have to get some extra height in order to grab that Goldie.
There we go.
They high-five the Goldie, and the Goldie follows along with them.
Excellent. Let's do the same sort of direction on this stream of people as we did on the other, and put a jump here. They are walking. I like these little quiet moments where the Shiba can just trot alongside.
Yeah, and if you are taking your time, you can place as many jump commands as you want, you know what I mean? If you're just trying to be zen and have fun with the stage, yeah. Let's get them all jumping around.
Just all jumps all the time.
Yeah. dog pile there in the middle.
Just a little bit.
Or human pile.
A little bit of a problem there. All right.
Ooh, crowd surfing. This is a fun stage.
This looks like a much more complicated stage than what we're used to here.
Yeah, it's at the tail end of the prologue. And yeah, here they notice a much larger pillar of light. Looks like a massive goal for our humans to run into together.
Yeah. Oh. A new power. This time the power is within you. The power to dive into the people. Oh, what could that mean? Use it now and use it well. Let's take a look at this question mark block here, which have tutorial information kind of throughout the beginning of the story mode. Diving, you jump and then press jump again to dive into a nearby human.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite mechanics in the game, honestly. It kind of gives it more of a platformy feel to it rather than just puzzle. But even with that being said, it's a fairly easy you don't need to be a platformer expert going through ISO levels or anything like that to utilize platforming in Humanity. And like you said, I love this. There's kind of a zen to it with. Oh, I love that noise when you're just surfing around.
It's like water. You're flowing through the water, but it's people instead.
And there are some things you'll pick up on as you get used to it. Like you can kind of build momentum when you're crowd surfing, get a larger jump. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, the dock by itself can only jump about 2.5 squares up. So anything higher than that, you're going to need to use the people as your vehicle to get up.
Right.
Larger walls. So that's what we're doing here.
Yeah. Also, say imagine
out.
that your humans are like somewhere else. Across the stage, across a gap that you can't make, right? You could use the crowd surf to, kind of jump up there.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite parts of the game, honestly, is using that crowd surf mechanic.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well. All right, so we got the Goldie. We're walking towards this plank here, but this is a pretty high platform. What's gonna happen when we jump off this platform? Let's ride people down. Oh, okay. They have landed in the water safely, I might add.
Yes, we have multiple expert swimmers here. Look at their form in unison. But also something I'd like to point out. So we mentioned the free look camera earlier. You could use that to kind of see what these switches are doing as well, I believe.
That is true. I can't do that while some text is appearing on the screen. There we go. Actually, you can't see
maybe not in this case, but
what the switches are doing. That is a Goldie unlockable a little bit later.
Okay. A bit of a spoiler from me here. Sorry about that, but
a little bit
that is
later in the
something
campaign.
to look forward to. Yeah.
Yeah, when you hit switches like this, there will be a line from that switch showing what it activates. And that is a little bit later unlock. It's a nice little quality of life sort of unlock there. But that switch did activate the jump command on these other towers. So now these other lines of people are walking towards the goal, but they need a little bit of help. So I'm going to put a jump command here and jump those people up.
We also see this Goldie hanging out above here. A little higher than it was in the previous stage. I'm not sure if our humans can make that jump.
Let's see. Let's put a jump right here. Oh. Jumping a little too late, so let's try it here. There we go, and we'll put a jump right there to have them climb up and collect the Goldie. And then I think one final jump here.
And yeah, as you can see in the water, the humans kind of stick to that level. We'll learn more about the water command or the water blocks as we navigate further into the story mode, because there are some quirks to how you can manage the humans within the water.
That's true, and as Clunky in the chat points out, this version of this level is in the demo, but it is a little bit different. There's only one one tower in the demo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, where are we now?
An unfamiliar place. Ooh. This is intimidating. What are these people standing next to these Goldies?
If you're a little spooked, that's when you turn off the demo. Like, this is too much for me. But I believe in you. We can hold your hand as we get closer to this group of intimidating humans.
Well, actually, this area is not in the demo. This is the little hub area.
Yeah. The demo actually has a pretty cool like demo exclusive area, I believe, following that last level, right?
That is true. What is this place? I'm wondering that as well. The testing grounds. Okay. Trials? Yeah, what is that? What is trials? Trials that you will oversee. The people lack only what only your guidance can offer. You'll bring them here to us. I had more questions for the voice. Who are you? How are you inside my head?
Great question, Shiba.
That is a great question. The story of humanity. Questions. I have questions. That is the story.
Yeah, that I like that kind of story personally. It kind of like allows you to kind of craft your own story of humanity. There may be something intended from our wonderful developers, but you can play around with it.
That's right. Of course. Where are our manners? Think of us as this: a blue core. We are the first to watch over you. Heed our instruction well. Now come, let us waste no more time. Take the first step. Prove you are worthy. Oh. Little earthquake action here.
Ooh. Nice form on that human with a walk there.
That's a strut right there. Not just a walk. Statue-like object appeared before me. Sequence 1, Awakening.
Also notice that we have all of our goldies we've collected are hanging out here.
Yeah, let's just do a little run through here. People kind of moving out of the way. I like that. I like that. Can we touch the blue core? No, not really. Jump through the blue core.
I enjoy when we watch new Humanity players on streams all the time, and we welcome you to streams. We might even pop into your stream someday. But some people like to spend a lot of time in this hub, especially it kind of livens up the further you get along too. So
yeah.
But we're still pretty early on here. This is the first official sequence outside of the prologue in Trial 1 Crossroads.
I found myself somewhere new. This is the place of awakening, both of new powers and of understanding. As always, you are to guide the people to the light. They will do as you command. They seem quite fond of you. We now grant you your first new power. Alright, new powers. High jump will cause the people to leap even higher into the air. Alright! Get even more air. They were getting pretty good air before.
Wonder how high they can jump exactly.
Well,
Looks like we have a nice little middle doodad of some sort here in the middle to play around with our jumps. Multiple paths.
That's true. Well, I will grab this high jump. It is now added to the top there, and I can scroll between them. And I'm noticing a Goldie in between here, but this seems low. I don't know that I'm going to need the high jump in order to get this this Goldie here. Should I set up some jumps before I actually have people rolling on this center platform? I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah, that is one way to approach humanity too. You can kind of like utilize that free lit camera, see what is all happening, and then like before you have your humans get to the middle, you can kind of map out exactly how you want to go about the level, right? I do that a lot. I don't want to expose my humans to any ill-willed commands before I know for sure they're going to make it across sometimes. Oh, looks like you use the free look camera to kind of peek through there.
Yeah, there's a Goldie inside here, too. Inside this little panel. What would uncover that panel?
Yeah, it has these dashed lines, so that might indicate that that panel blocking that opening can be turned on or off by perhaps a switch of some sort. Maybe we'll find out.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I said I was going to plan out some jumps, so I'll do that. Let's have them jump up there. And, well, I definitely want these people to jump there whenever that door opens.
It opens up, yeah.
Yeah, but either way, these people are going to be moving in a straight line to here. I want them to get that Goldie, so I'll have them high jump. Hopefully the high jump will be able to make this distance here.
Yeah, because a normal jump can only make one block, so we'll see if the high jump can make two here in just a moment.
Let's just try it. Let's see. See what happens. Okay, they made it. They made it up there. Alright, we got them walking through.
Yeah, the high jump pretty much allows humans to jump as high as they're allowed to go without taking any fall damage, so...
Yeah.
Maybe CJ can show you what might happen if you try to high jump from a higher place. It might not go so well for our humans, but...
Well, let's have them high jump right here. Let's see if we can get them on that switch. Oh,
just over.
Just over, okay. Can I place a regular jump on...
Looks perfect to me.
Oh, hey!
That cavern, or tunnel.
That tunnel is now open. Okay, so maybe we can start this second stream here. Get these people over here. Let's see what that does. Alright.
Make sure that you never want to lose that Goldie, or else you might have to retry. But
if
we do have to retry, we may be able to show off... I don't know if we have the keep commands feature yet.
No, we don't. Oh! What just happened?
Oh,
we lost a Goldie. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay for now. I'll just, oh, actually, I want to see... How can I get this Goldie right here?
It's like the high jump maybe... Yeah, maybe too high, so like we had to do at the top of this arcade-like structure, probably can just... yeah,
too much?
Do a small jump here.
Oh, that shut the path for these guys.
Interesting.
But I guess now since I have that Goldie, I can turn it back to a high jump, and they can get back on that button. There we go.
Got some overflow out of... There was some humans stuck in there. That's kind of funny.
They're trapped. Okay, I think we have the solution now. We have them going to both goals. There are 2 goals in this stage. Sometimes levels do have multiple goals.
Yeah, and every goal has to have that green hue to it, letting you know that there's enough humans being fed into the goal. Looks like we did lose one Goldie in action there, so we would have to retry this level in order to chain every Goldie.
Oh!
Speak of the devil, retry keep commands.
Yes, this option here that we just unlocked lets you retry and leaves the commands that you had placed on the stage, so that makes having to retry fairly trivial sort of thing. Loop the loop.
So, I think I admit this was one of the first stages I had trouble with, but this is also a great learning stage for like a lot of things that you need to overcome in later levels as well.
We get a new power. Alright. What's this one? Long jump will cause humans to leap further than usual. I think we're going to need that for this. Let's see. Let's acquire this command. Let's leap the humans over.
Uh-oh. I'm not able to make it.
They
It's a pretty far jump, though.
did not make it, yeah. I wonder where they can jump to.
Yeah, it looks like there's a few options here. You have a platform on the left and then a platform on the right. We don't have our shorter jump distances right now, so we can only use a long jump.
Oh, good point. Let's see. I'm going to try to put a command here. Oh,
Not allowed to place commands on the trees.
not on the trees. Okay, so any
Humans
any
do walk
square,
through them now.
you can have the humans walk through. Okay, that's good. But I can't make them turn. Okay, what if I do this? Oh no, they're just gonna fling off the side. Oh, one person made it.
That's you do have some stray mercenaries every once in a while because there's a kind of an overflow that happens with these
Yeah.
humans, which leads to pretty funny interactions. You know, I'm all for it.
Me too, me too. Alright, so if I place a jump here, they are actually able to get to this square, but they're walking off, so I'll just turn them. Oh. Turn them again.
See what the switch does here in a moment.
Oh, alright, so I'm going to need that because the goal is all the way over here. This structure seems important. I wonder if this button over here will fill in this structure on the other side. Let's
So
jump.
yeah, looks like we completed part of this bridge in order to get across to the main goal.
Okay. There we go. We've completed the second part of the bridge.
I'm not sure if I can jump that far,
No?
personally in real life. Yeah.
No, me neither. I was never good at the long jump. Not like these humans, for sure.
So
Okay.
this is kind of this part specifically. So once you have this loop, it can be a little tricky to understand, to wrap your head around. You know, how do I get back to this middle platform, right? I feel like this is kind of what tripped me up a little bit, and I've seen other people get tripped up here as well. But the stage level itself is a hint. I see some people try to like redirect from this loop that we've already created, from the loop to loop. But there's something about this loop that you kind of forget about, in the fact that loops are infinite, CJ. So
That's right.
when you can, when the loop is set up, you can cut the feed, and that loop will live on.
That's right. So the people who are now moving in this loop are just continually pressing these buttons that created these platforms up above, that created this bridge. So now we are free to redirect the people that are down here to the goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
and loops are a great way to approach solving stages. A lot of people like to use loops fairly often in ways that may not have been like the intended solution. The more that you pick up on in your humanity experience, the more ways there are to solve these story mode stages in alternate ways.
Yeah.
As we progress. And making it to the center Goldie might be a little tricky. Looks like we're jumping over
we're
it
jumping over
currently.
him. Let's adjust a little bit. Oh,
Oh,
still not quite.
maybe one more.
One more.
Ooh. It looks like
Thankfully,
you land on that climbable wall. Yeah.
that climbable wall is there for the people. Is that Goldie gonna walk in?
Yes. So
He walks in. Okay.
and you can also fast forward at this point if you're impatient, I suppose. But yeah, you usually want to let the Goldie walk in if you want to receive your Goldie reward here.
That's very true. Very true.
Ooh, two options here.
A fork in the road. Let's do Goldie Fish. Yeah, and we should mention again here that for the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase that's going on August 3rd through the 7th, we are 20% off, so you can save some money on humanity right now on our Steam page. The game is playable on the Steam Deck if you have one of those, and there's a playable demo on the store as well that has 10 stages, 10 sample stages from the campaign. So it's not an exact progression of the stages that we've been going through right here, but is a selection of stages. I believe it does have Loop the Loop that we were just in.
Yeah, and it will have some stages that we won't get to on stream, so if you're looking to try out a few stages for your own without any spoilers, definitely give the demo a go, and I feel like that's a great way to check out the game before you buy it.
That's true. That's true. So these people are walking over this button, which just uncovered a path there. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to circle these people around so that they are constantly pressing this button so I can go do some other things here.
Yeah, that is one approach, and you could always have you could have a continuous flow over that switch as well. But I really like the looping personally. That's a pretty cool thing to showcase here on stream, because that may take some people a minute to figure out. So that's a good advanced tip from our very own CJ.
That's right. Now we got this Goldie higher up in the water, and I think you said earlier that the people swim wherever they enter the water. So what if I put a jump right here?
Right. One thing that we might want to show as well is the humans won't follow your commands when they're in the water. So if you place any commands in the water as well, they will not follow that. They are bound to the waves, I suppose, of the water.
That's right. All right, what do we got? Some people going here.
Ooh, nice use of the crowd surfing that was introduced earlier.
You can move a little faster through the crowd that way.
Yeah, you can catch up with your humans before they go skydiving.
Yes. Yeah. Where, it doesn't really matter if humans go off the side. I like to try to save as many as possible.
It is a nice challenge, right?
Yeah.
But you could also go completely towards the contrapositive as well and just let them loose. Let them all go skydiving if they're adrenaline junkies. It's up to you.
These humans don't look like adrenaline junkies. You mean the player? Is the player an adrenaline junkie?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's get these
our
people
loop is still there, hanging out.
Up here. Yeah, our loop is hanging out. Let's use these people as a ladder to get up to the top. Here. And let them swim across. That one last Goldie there is looking a little high in the water. How are we gonna... Let's see, are these people gonna collect him up?
Yeah, so our Shiba is able to swim through this water at their own leisure in that three-dimensional space, right? They have more control over the area. However, you cannot place commands in the middle of the water, so you would have to find a way into that top block beforehand.
I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to jump the people up there. What do you think about that? Is that going to work?
Looks like it might work, and it looks like they stay at the level there, so even when you jump into the top, they'll stay in the top. They will not dive down further.
All right. Well, stage completed, but I'm going to wait as we watch the Goldie walk in.
Yeah, and this is kind of a fun stage to look at. Any water stages where they're all kind of swimming around, I enjoy looking at.
Yeah, I like that too. It's relaxing.
Oh, we got some hats.
Hats, I mean, what new game cosmetic is... It's got to be the first thing, right? Put a hat on the characters.
Yeah, I'm personally a fan of the hat on the far left there, the giant circle hat.
Absolutely. Got to keep the sun away, right? All right, Dot Gobbler in the chat. Welcome on in. Asks, it's interesting that the devs allowed instructions to be placed in water if they are disregarded. Yes, that's true. Maybe it's because there isn't always water there. That could be.
Oh, like how we can place commands in the water to begin with? Like at the very bottom?
Well, you're technically placing the command on the ground. If there was no ground there, I couldn't place a command just in the water.
Right. And I guess, well, I don't know if this really comes up in story mode, but there could be instances where that water block may disappear.
Yeah.
And then there would be that command on the ground.
Yep. This looks like a lot of fans.
Ooh. With all of the dashes showing that it is flowing upwards.
Yeah. Oh, they have a little bit of a pit here. You know, even though I have played the campaign of Humanity many times, Austin, I often do not get both goldies on this stage.
This one takes a second, and I always love people that stream this one because there are so many different ways people have. I like to say cheese, right? It's like kind of a term in gaming where people will cheese a stage or like a strategy or some kind of thing in a game.
Yeah.
Where they solve it in a way that wasn't necessarily intended by the devs. And this stage in particular has a lot of weird ways I've seen people solve it, and it's a beautiful thing.
It does. But I only have the turn command here, and these fans are doing a little bit of work here, blowing the people into the air. So I don't need to jump, but I can't get over any sort of chasms that don't have a fan, and then I'm noticing over here there are a couple where the fans are not actually operating currently.
Right.
So
not sure if we have that free camera access to show what the switches do just yet. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
But
I imagine these switches turn these fans on, right? That's gotta
be. They've got to do something, right?
Exactly. Let's turn the people this way. They'll land there. Oh, this guy's just gonna walk off that way. That's fine too.
I like that kind of that sine wave.
Yeah, I like that too. I pressed the fast forward button, and now the people are almost to that Goldie.
Well, let's see. You might be able to utilize that crowd surf to get over there. It's going to be close.
No!
Ooh, unfortunate.
Lost the Goldie.
But we do have retry keep commands now, if we ever want to.
We do.
Maybe showcase that after this.
I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. I want that Goldie. I want to see if I can get both Goldie in this stage, because I don't do that too often.
So... yeah, CJ reset the stage, and all the commands are still there, so you can have kind of a fresh start to the commands you've already placed.
Yeah, you can fast forward a little and get that Goldie back. All right, they're finally walking towards solid ground now. Let's have them come over here. Gonna land there.
I like how the Goldie looks when it's going over the fans.
Yeah, Goldie
not
really
so
looks
graceful giant. Yeah,
definitely not graceful. Definitely an albatross, just kind of going over. Like, oh my gosh, there's wind blowing me over this. Okay, so that button there turned on the fans over here. So I can get across this chasm. And then the point over here, that's going to do what? Start the fans over here.
Other fan. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the part that that always screws me up. This Goldie right here, because this button makes this platform appear.
Yeah, it's kind of outlined right now. It might be a little hard to see.
It's outlined, yeah. Kind of zoom into that. But there's a solid platform that appears here when that button's pressed. But if I remember correctly, you don't want that platform there when you're going over here, but
Yeah,
you do
'cause-
want it when you're coming back.
Yeah, you're going to need those center fans in order to make it across that like one block gap. If there's a platform there, they're just going to fall into the clouds if they're on the platform trying to cross over to get the Goldie.
Yeah.
So there is a way you can do this.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the people in a nice little loop here on this square right here. I don't know if this may be a problem later, but then to get them off that button, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna path the humans over this way.
Oh, I see. It's kind of like an insurance loop there, so you never lose that Goldie.
Shoot. I didn't mean to do that yet. I'm going to lose this Goldie, aren't I?
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh.
Okay. Very nice.
Let's walk you in a circle for now, and we'll set them
go into the.
We'll set them on their way in a second here as soon as I reveal this platform again. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to have them walk forward now, because now that people are over there with that Goldie, I can do that. I can let go of this.
You know, it's funny that we're both very experienced with this game, right? And we still have very different solutions to how we'd go about this stage, which is funny.
That's true. That is true.
Which is why I like these. The later you get in the story mode, there's very different ways to solve multiple stages, right? Which is fun to see, and I always like to see how people do it differently than I would.
By the way, the stage just looks great, zoomed out.
Yep.
A lot of things happening here. All right, so I want to get these folks back over to the main area. Let's see if this will work. So, will they land on this platform safely? Yes, they do. All right. This might be the first time that I've gotten both of these Goldie in one go, by the way.
Got a pretty big loop here.
Pretty
kind of
big
a human
loop.
donut building up.
Some people are getting shoved off there, but I think we've got both Goldie and we're going to the goal. Both of them walked in. All right. Excellent. Dot Gobbler saying I definitely cheesed this one. Yeah, we've seen some cheese on this stage. And some accidental solves. Yeah.
Your solution maybe not super cheesy, but it was almost adjacent to it, utilizing loops and things like that.
It was, because occasionally, I don't know if you have run into this, Austin, but occasionally there's just too much happening, and you have to kind of slow it down with a loop, or have people go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a great advice for people that want to kind of like almost hit a pause. It's like a indirect way to pause your flow, right?
That's right. Yeah.
If you want to like pause where your humans are at and then kind of like map out what's happening next, that's a great way to do it.
That's right. We're getting a new command here, float. It increases the jump. Okay. It remains active until humans return to the ground. It lightens them, so what does that mean? What does that do? Let's acquire that and then throw it down so we can see. I like these people with the hats. Yeah.
Even this part, actually, I feel like there's a few different ways to get across utilizing our newly found float command.
Using float.
Yeah, I've also seen some incorrect ways to go about it, so maybe we can go through a few different scenarios here.
Okay. I'm going to use the float, and then I'm going to have them jump over. How about that? What does that do?
Uh-oh. Well, they're jumping pretty far, but it looks like they're not quite making that gap. Yeah, we can use our Soul Surf to kind of get around here.
Not far enough. This is really I think one of the first levels that you really need to utilize Soul Surf to quickly move around. Okay, so that didn't work. Can we have them jump over here?
Oh, that is pretty far, but they get a lot of air off of that. Oh, it looks like they still have the float command.
They had the float command, yeah, and it looks like I can't place a command on the fans. So I don't know that this is going to work for us.
Yeah, maybe. I guess maybe you'll have to have the humans probably land onto that block. Oh, yeah.
Go over to the other side. No, no.
It's too far, and you don't have your shorter jump commands like you did in earlier stages, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a good idea here.
Oh.
And you have some space to place 2 more commands, or 1. I think both might work in this scenario.
Okay, I mean, the description of the item did say float amplifies fans, the power of fans, so let's see what happens when we do that.
They are going straight up.
They're going very high.
Yes, it looks like it's just far enough here.
Just far enough. All right, we made it.
Yeah, another thing I've seen people do to cross that gap is float then long jump as well. I think that also works, but it's just like a different kind of jump, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yes, I love the. This stage looks amazing when you're done. By the way, with all the
that's very true.
arcs that the humans create.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put a float down here since float seems to be working well for us. What do we got here? Oh, but
they make the jump, but they don't get the Goldie, and of course, everyone wants to get the shiny Goldie before they clear the stage.
I like shiny things. Yes. All right. So
I like to say I'm not a materialistic person, but this game kind of proves me wrong. I do want that shiny object.
Me too. I want the Goldie to walk this way, that way, and then I think we are going to do float here.
Yeah, just judging by how it played out beforehand, right? How we made that full jump.
Yeah.
I think we will be able to get that Goldie.
And this Goldie is higher up this time. There we go.
Ooh, looks like the Goldie's high five there.
It did look like that. Goldie doing a high five.
That would have been a nice screen grab.
All right, I get this side kind of looks the same as the other side that we did, so I'm just gonna repeat the solution here.
Yeah, maybe we could try. You could do float then long jump just to show how that might look. I think that also works here.
Float and then long jump? Where?
So on the yeah.
Float here. And then
I think they get just a little bit more distance, but it is another.
Not as high of an arc, though.
No. Yeah. So
lower
in a situation where you might want to get a little higher, yeah, you might want to not use the long jump. Just a little advice for maybe future stages or some of our community-created levels where you have to utilize different ways to navigate levels.
That's interesting. Yeah, this is another one of those stages that just looks great once you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I think this
Especially
stage is in the demo too, isn't it? It might be.
I think, I'm
not sure.
Remember. I should know. We should know these things, but
we should.
But
the demo available now on Steam. Go download it if you have not played Humanity, and you can try some of these stages yourself. Works great on Steam Deck, and the game is 20% off on Steam this weekend, August 3rd through 7th. It's part of the Cerebral Games, Cerebral Puzzle Showcase.
Yeah, an awesome showcase, by the way. And puzzle games are perfect for, you mentioned Steam Deck. I feel like I exclusively play my puzzle games on the Steam Deck.
Same.
Because when I'm in my computer, I'll play like maybe heavier games that are more taxing, right? But on Steam Deck, that's a great place to kind of play out your chill puzzle games while you're doing other things.
Yeah. It just unlocked this last stage, so it looks like we need a certain amount of Goldie to unlock some of the later stages, so that is a bit of a progression stopper if you don't have enough Goldie.
Those arced stages, so the screen we were just on with the sequences, there were a few other optional stages. I feel like those tend to be a bit harder. Would you agree, CJ?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, the side levels.
Yeah, so obviously, like, we've got through the sequence without having to do the side levels. I'm not sure. I think you might need to do side levels in a few of the sequences, but they tend to be a little trickier if you're looking to test your puzzle knowledge. So we won't go through those today, and we'll leave that up to you to play. Hopefully, when you buy it here at that 20% off rate. But
right.
Yes, Goldie Arches.
We've got some Goldie in midair here, and we got people falling to their deaths right here. You know what I think I'm going to use? I think I'm going to use float to lighten them and see if they make that gap.
Yeah, only have a few options here. I don't think long jump would play out as nicely here.
We could try it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, they actually go. Oh, okay. They had the float. You did a little.
They
quick
had the float
flop there. Yeah.
Yeah, they almost made it, but they didn't.
That would have been a funny
entirely.
cheese.
That would have been a
wasn't
really
aware
fun
of.
cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so they land safely there. And of course, float only works once. You notice they have the little glowing shoes, but as soon as they land, they lose those. So that means that they no longer have float. I'm gonna turn these people here, see what this button does. Oh, it made this platform up here. I wonder if this side does the same thing. We're gonna try that.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
Looks like you have some climbable walls with those diagonal divots.
Walls. I like climbable walls. And then I think we're going to give them the float command again and see if they can make this jump. What do you think?
Yeah. This diving board of sorts looks very inviting to play some jumps. So. And it looks like we just make it across there with our Goldie.
Just made it.
Oh, it looks like you're making a U-turn here.
U-turn, because I want to get this Goldie right here. And I think this
okay.
fan might just be the way forward there, but I have to give them the float command to make them light again so that they get up there. Can you tell that even though I played this level, I don't want any Goldie to be to dive to their doom? I want to still collect all the Goldie.
Well, they would just be floating there eternally if it wasn't for us.
That's right. Yeah.
Collecting them.
Let's see. So this, they land safely, and they just make this sort of loop again. So that's good. We've got them looping on this side. Let's see if we can do the same thing on this other side. And get this last Goldie that is hanging out there in midair.
Humans with the float have like that. They're kind of skipping along, right? Can't really see it on this side, but all you can see at the top there. Reminds me of how I would try to run in my dreams, if that makes sense.
I like that, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have equated this game to being very similar to Lemmings, which is a classic for sure. I like that comparison.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Lemmings games. I think I've told you before, it's like one of the first games I remember ever playing on the old computer. That I used to have. But yeah, it's akin to Lemmings, obviously, with kind of placing the commands for our humans. Although I would say this game is more platformy in that 3D space as well.
That's true. Yeah. We get a lot of questions about, well, why do I have to use the dog? Why can't I just place commands in free look?
Yeah.
But platforming is part of this game, and figuring out, you know, where you're gonna go. Wow, the dog just fell.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Yeah.
We just fell down when we completed the stage. Huh.
Yeah, and the
oh no.
That adds to the puzzle as well, right? So typically the platforming isn't like tricky platforming or anything like that. It's more like you have to utilize the commands and figure out how to get across using the Shiba as part of the puzzle. So the platforming aspect does add to the puzzle element and creates more things we can do with our humanity game.
Yeah. Dot Gobbler saying, as someone who had Lemmings on PS1, your controller implementation is a lot better. Well, thank you, Dot Gobbler. Thank you. Next thing I knew, I was back at the testing grounds. I heard the voice in my head. More and more are arriving thanks to your efforts. Your sway over the people remains impressive. I asked the voice, but why? Why bring them here? So they may become something greater. The more we gather, the more it affects change. This is the way of humanity. Alright. Then I noticed the increased numbers of people had caused the blue core to grow. Now go, the next sequence of trials awaits. Test your wits and lead the people onward. What do we got here?
Also notice that your human statue has gold pants right now.
That's true, almost perfectly gold pants. New statue appeared. Sequence 2, choice. Alright. Yeah, there's the goldy pants.
That's funny. So yeah, the more goldies you get in the sequence, the more golden your statue will become. So if you're a completionist, you're going to want to get every statue to turn fully gold.
That's true, yeah. We have a lot more people just kind of hanging out right here.
Yeah, starting to get a little crazy in here. And yeah, the further you progress, the more humans and crazy antics that'll be happening here in our hub world.
Yeah. Well, should we go into some of the other modes while we are kind of playing around here? Or
Sure. Yeah, I think we can check out the community stages possibly, or at least like show how that works, and as well as our stage creator.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I want to show in the story mode.
Okay.
And we should go into a stage just for that purpose. So this is a puzzle game, and we know that sometimes it can be frustrating to get stuck in a puzzle, like you're not sure how to solve it. And we have put in every stage solution videos. So if you pause the game and go down to solution video, you can view as much or as little of a solution video as you want. There's no penalty for doing so. However, the stat is tracked in a sort of gameplay data screen. So it will show you how many you watched, but there's no detriment to like getting any of the Steam achievements or any of that. So you can view them as much as you like. And you pause them. It's like, oh, well, I didn't really know how to do that one thing. I just need the beginning of the solution, and then I can get the rest. You can get that just that much and go back to gameplay. You don't have to watch the whole thing. And the other thing about it is that it does not show the solution with the Goldie as well, unless they are required to finish the stage. So you are still sort of left to your own devices to get any of the bonuses in a stage.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned you can just kind of pause the video, go as far as you need to before it shows the full solution. As somebody that plays like point and click games, there's like hint systems in those games where I just maybe want just a small hint before it gives me the larger hint, right? Kind of a similar idea.
Yeah. Really handy.
Oh. And also, I guess we do showcase pushable blocks here on this stage, so more mechanics are getting introduced the farther we get along.
That's true.
You know, you can have once you have 5 humans pushing a block, that block will begin to move.
That's right. Yeah. All right, I think we can exit out and show some of the user-generated content features in this game. You know, there is a 90-stage story campaign here. We've just gone through a few of the stages, but there's a level editor, a stage creator, and also user stages that you can check out and basically get, like, there's a limitless vault of stages to explore.
Yeah, and the fun thing about the community stages is that they introduce new ways to play the game and like new combinations of all the mechanics that are inside of humanity. So really, when you beat the story mode, or if you want to take a break from the story mode, you're always welcome to open up user stages and see what's there. But it feels like a new game. So there's so many like new stages, and on a near daily basis, me and CJ will see ways that we've never thought about playing humanity, or different like combinations of mechanics that were not introduced in the story mode. So,
Yeah.
Of course, the story mode is a great way to introduce you to those mechanics on like kind of a nice pace, right? But with that being said, user stages they're so fun to explore, and like you're gonna see very different ways to play humanity in user stages.
That's true. And you might see very artful looking stages in user stages. Some autoplay stuff, like there's just a lot of different puzzle types in user stages. Some very easy, some ridiculously hard. But it's a good mix.
I love this stage. What meat is it?
What meat is this?
What's in the pot?
Yeah. What's in the pot? And actually, the funny thing about that stage is, the top of the pot does get removed, and you get to see what meat is in there. That's kind of fun. But yeah, so we have a featured tab. This is the playlist called Stages We Love, and in this playlist, there's 40 stages that we feel are, really good quality, really fun to play, or interesting looking. And so if you're looking for good stages submitted by users, this is your first stop, and a really good sampling of what's out there. And I think I'm going to jump into Lazy Enu right here, just to kind of show what we're doing. And you might notice up above where my cursor here is on report, you have the difficulty of that stage. So we sort of determine, based on how many people have solved the level and played the level, we give you a difficulty rating. So if you're looking for hard stages or easy stages or just normal stages, you can get a good idea by looking at that difficulty rating. And you can see sort of the number of people who played it and completed it right there, which is nice.
And with Stages We Love, we try to we kind of scale the difficulty from left to right. Typically, usually the easier stages will be the first stages you see in Stages We Love, and then it will get a bit trickier.
So are you saying this is an easy stage? Is this what this is? Let's see.
I would argue that, although this one will test your patience a little bit, which is probably the only reason the clear rate is not any higher.
True.
But
and this is showing a mechanic that isn't introduced until a little bit later in the story mode, and that is a start switch, which in the story mode that you generally want to lay down all your commands before you hit the start switch. This level doesn't have any commands, so I'm just going to hit start here and see what happens.
Yeah, we didn't get to the start switch phase of the story mode, which I believe is your favorite part of the humanity story mode.
It is. I really enjoy those start switch puzzles. Yeah, those are a lot of fun to complete.
Yeah, they feel more like a classic kind of puzzle. Where you have to kind of pre-plan how the humans are going to flow through the stage.
That's true.
But the stage, living up to its name, Lazy Enu.
Lazy Enu, I don't have to do anything. I'm just hanging out on this block while things happen around me.
So we kind of call these autoplay stages, where the stage kind of plays out for you. So there are a lot of user stages that are more kind of just like fun stages that are artful, or you just observe what's happening, not too much puzzle solving.
Yes.
But this should at least showcase how crazy people get with the user stages. Like, there's no story mode stage that looks anything close to this.
That's true. And you can, of course, use that fast forward function to make things go a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is getting pretty crazy already. All right. Oh, 99 and 499. What does that mean? We got to get people in those goals to count down to 0, I believe.
Yes, and it looks like our flow of humans have begun.
Yeah.
I like how your motorized block is still flowing through here.
Yeah. People making that long jump. This is another one that's just kind of nice to look at. Just kind of zone out.
Yes, yes.
Kind of fun.
definitely a chill stage if you're.
Although I'm
If
noticing
you
it
need
doesn't have
a
any
palate cleanser.
doesn't have any music. Does that mean the person selected no music?
Oh, that's a good point.
I got both Goldie though.
Hmm.
All right. I like that stage a lot. I'm gonna rate it 5.
Nice stage.
Yeah.
So outside of the featured tab, we also have curated playlists within the library, as well as auto-generated playlists, depending on. We have like community Discord workshops where we kind of focus on one aspect of the game. We also have creator showcases, like our recently max. So our player Knighting in the community reached the max level possible on user stages just this last weekend, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to feature that player, and we're going to continue to feature players on our website through our new community blog, as well as within these playlists here, CJ.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
Top favorites is a fun list. This is almost like, if you're new to Humanity, you should stop by the top favorites list probably first, because these are like sure bets. Like, you're going to get a really good stage in these. Like, I love Rocket Escape. I'm just going to play Rocket Escape for a second here. Like this one from Artsuri Mage. It looks great. First of all, using a background that is sort of underutilized in the story mode. This sort of Mars desert looking background. Then it's also got this rocket here. Like, when I saw the thumbnail for this stage, I was just like, whoa, what did somebody do here? It got the kind of built up this circular, like half circle looking environment. I love it.
You know what the stage just reminded me of, and it didn't remind me of it before, was like the Pikmin rocket, like the rocket that tries to escape from like Pikmin planets.
You are absolutely right. And this stage is using another mechanic that is introduced later in the story mode. Very Pikmin-like. It's the follow command. So when you hit that button and howl, very similar to how you follow. We use that sound effect for following us on Twitch.
Yes.
In fact, as well. But yeah, you can collect people up using that follow command, just like I did. And I need 8 people to start whatever this thing does. Let's go ahead and try that. What happens here? It's an elevator. Okay.
So you can maybe board your rocket here.
I'm gonna board the rocket ship. I'm gonna do it.
A little spooky on this bridge, but
oh, it just disappeared. Okay. Now let's get in. And this right here is a dog switch that needs our Shiba to activate, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The door to the rocket ship has closed, and now I'm just going up into the stratosphere.
Off into space.
Yes.
Love it. And yeah, that just goes to show, like, we have so many creative stage creators in the community that really showcase different ways that humanity can be artistically shown, and just like different puzzles, because there's so many commands and ways to manipulate puzzles within the stage creator, and maybe we can take a quick peek at the stage creator after this.
Yeah.
But
well, also there's all sorts of different genres as well. Like, I'll go into mini Metroidvania, because this is one of our favorites from Clunky in our community. And the way that Humanity works is obviously you're laying down commands and directing the people. However, you can also pick up commands that are around the environment, and those can be added to your arsenal, added to your inventory as separate commands, as limited commands.
Right.
So I think we mentioned early on that you can place an unlimited amount of commands, and in most levels that is true. However, later in the game we introduced the idea of limited commands, and a level like Mini Metroidvania sort of uses that to create a level with sort of multiple gates that you have to achieve. And this one, so I'm going to collect this jump icon here that's just hanging out, even though I had no commands. I collected, and now I have one jump that I can place. I can place just that one jump command. And in this kind of level, where you have people walking in a pre-placed command circle, these commands I cannot pick up. They're stage commands that are there permanently from the designer. I can place this jump command. Oh, maybe not there. But I can place it here, and they will jump.
Right.
This group of humans that is circling up will jump on top of this button and activate it, and we can see what happens when that happens.
Oh, also, we can show how the free look camera might show how the switches interact here.
That is true.
Yeah, so eventually you unlock this in the story mode, but you can see what the switches do if you're trying to like pre-place your commands or kind of map out what you want to do in a stage, right? Which can be really helpful for some of our tricky user stages.
That can be super helpful indeed. Yeah. Of course, I can collect up that command again, and it's added back to my inventory as a one jump command, and now I also have one turn command that I can use, and throw it down and then pick it back up as well. So yeah, that's a fun stage, kind of introducing that mechanic.
Yeah, we did also have a it's not live now, but we may reintroduce it, like a Game Fest curated playlist where we had like multiple people created. We had like Donkey Kong inspired stages. So I would say Mini Metroidvania fell under that as well, like a Zelda style stage. So people do try to recreate other style of games within Humanity, which is cool, and like not how Humanity was intended to play, but that's the magic of the community created stages, right?
That's true. That's true. Let's load up Human Tetris Level 1. This is another really fun one, kind of taking inspiration from another one of Enhance's games, Tetris Effect Connected, and recreating it in Humanity. And this is another case where, you know, you kind of see creations coming in from the community and you're just like, how did they even think to do this sort of thing? You know, you have Tetraminos up here at the top, and using these conveyor belts that are placed there, these Tetraminos are going to move.
Right,
and
so they have like their mini Tetris board here, and imagine that the pieces are kind of coming from the top of the board, right? So yeah, we actually had a Shiba-Tris playlist for a while. Who knows, we may reintroduce that at some point, because people do like to make Tetris stages in Humanity, given our other game and fans are often Tetris-based. So instead of moving our Tetris blocks left and right, we'll use our humans to push it left and right. That's kind of our control method. Looks like you might get a line clear here.
I might.
And then we have our long bar coming in last, with a climbable wall on it as well.
Yeah. Gonna push that into place.
Looks like CJ is a pro Humanity Tetris hybrid player, and had a pretty good first go at it here.
Yeah. Let's see, I'll do the hard drop. Humanity style hard drop.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a 10 switch there.
Still, yeah. What does that do? Oh. Makes it easy to collect up that Goldie. I like that.
And because you were such a good Tetris player, it looks like we created a platform all the way across to collect as many goldies as we would like.
Yes. And we only needed 5 humans to survive to finish this. There they go.
Very nice.
Stage completed, yeah.
But yeah, user stages. That's pretty much because me and CJ have completed the story mode. This is typically where the first thing we go to every day. Just want to see what new stages people have come up with. And then of course we are going to curate playlists for players like you to help you navigate through that massive 5,000 stage plus library of user stages. So
yeah, we have over 5,200 stages now in the library. So there's a lot of stuff to play. The campaign, 90 stages. There are some boss battles in there as well, and some more action-oriented stages. Let's try to do an action-oriented stage, actually. Okay. We haven't talked about that. A little bit later in the story mode, there is a rival faction that's introduced called the Others, and they are utilized in user stages as well. Let's do Survivors.
Oh, Survivors is a good one.
Vampire Survivors, of course, a very good game that I'm sure a lot of people on Steam already own. So if you want to play a different kind of Survivor game, try it. Give Humanity a try.
The stage is pretty hard as well with that near 3% clear rate.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. Not an easy one at all.
But we can still showcase, like you mentioned, the action-oriented Humanity stages with the Others. Looks like we have humans only wearing a black shirt there with... looks like they have little batons, I suppose. Look like lightsabers.
Indeed. Yeah, and once you aggro them, they follow you around. Like this. Of course, the humans do have a way to fight back there with guns.
And yeah, this stage in particular, you're going to want to have to navigate the stage to find reinforcements and become a stronger group of humans, much like you would in Vampire Survivors, where you go around and pick up power-ups.
That's true. Has this happened to you in Vampire Survivors, where you're just have to juke around an entire horde of enemies? Yes, many times. Many times.
Yeah. That is a giant group, by the way, of Others.
Yeah, let's
full on aggro, and yeah, it looks like you have some. Unlike Vampire Survivors, you can play around if you are creating a stage and make some obstacles for everyone to go across, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, the larger the group of humans, the more powerful they would be, and the quicker they would get rid of that massive horde of Others.
Yes, indeed. I can't believe I've still got my original 10 humans.
Yeah.
With this big of a group.
They're getting pretty close to you.
They are getting close. Yeah.
I probably would have had to retry by now.
But yeah, this is a really fun stage and a great example.
Oh, there you
of,
go.
I lost all of them. Great example of what can be done in the stage creator, which maybe we should pop in there as well and kind of show people that function.
Sure. Yeah, in the stage creator, it makes it pretty easy to create a stage. You don't need to be... It's not like a super advanced tool like you might find in other stage creators in like RTS games or even games like any UGC game sometimes can be intimidating in the stage creator. But once you get started with this, it's actually fairly simple. And, it's almost like a Minecraft in a way when it comes to how you just stack blocks together. So it's pretty easy to kind of create your own artistic vision. Yeah, so when I create a stage, I would recommend this maybe to people that are just getting started. You can maybe create an object or something you want to base it around like, say, a dog or a pixel art, something like that, or just like a forest-looking area. Create a theme, and then you kind of build a puzzle around that area, right? But there's definitely many ways to approach it, which is kind of the beauty of it and why we get so many different created stages, or such a wide range of community stages.
Yeah, and you can change the background and music and the model of the people, so I can give them hats.
Yeah.
And what the blocks themselves look like. So really, you can like create a mood and an atmosphere in your own puzzles, kind of any way that you want. And it's pretty quick to actually make a stage. Like I could publish this stage right now, since it's solvable. You do have to solve the stage before you're allowed to upload it, so that we know that it is in fact solvable. But that's the only requirement, really. And this, of course, really doesn't have any puzzle to it. The people will just walk towards the goal and complete it, but then you complete your completability check, and then you're allowed to upload the stage.
Yeah. You could show like how easy it is to create even a little puzzle in this stage. So right now we have a Discord workshop for compact stages, and I'd say this would get pretty close to compact, right?
Yeah, I think
given
so.
that we want to make a tiny stage here. So something we could do is just you can add as many commands as you want. It could be limited commands. We could utilize like the long jump from what we used earlier in the story mode. So yeah, you head to player commands, find that long jump. Looks like CJ wants to set it to just one long jump. And yeah, that would, in this case, that would solve the stage, unless we want to utilize turn or anything like that. But yeah, I guess if you got rid of that center block, it could be, oh, okay, just one long jump, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Aww.
Oh, we would have to raise everything one, yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wait. Select all of those and raise it up.
Beautiful.
I actually don't even have to put a block switch there. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of a very, very simplistic puzzle. Let's play it.
I'm already liking the mood that you've gone with in this stage, and that just shows like how once you get started, it can be a bit intimidating at first, but once you get started in Stage Creator, it's a lot of fun to just kind of build upon what you threw up in the matter of seconds, like CJ did here, and it actually turns into a cool. Your ideas compound upon each other, and you can get pretty clever with it. Yeah. And yes, we completed that stage. It passed the compatibility check at the top, or completability.
Completability, yeah.
Yes, so you could go to user stages and upload that, or stay in Stage Creator and continue to iterate your stage.
That's right, yeah, and I have a couple stages that I made in Stage Creator for the machines update.
Oh yes,
that are in here. So,
and yeah, the machines are a later story mode mechanic you're going to run into. But we also recently updated our game to allow them to be in the community created stages. So people have been getting creative with machines as of late.
Yeah. So this one has a player-controlled turret. This is an action puzzle game. It gets very actiony later on, I suppose.
Yeah, and the community stages will get very actiony as well. So
that's true.
Maybe more so than our story mode. It's up to our creators at that point, but
yeah. Yeah, just an example of kind of the things you can do in the Stage Creator.
Very cool.
Okay. Well, is there anything else we should talk about, or is this a good place to kind of leave everybody off? Once again, Humanity is 20% off this weekend, August 3rd through 7th, for the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. A lot of really great puzzle games in there that you should check out.
I'm definitely going down that list, and there's a lot of great puzzle games I'm going to check out personally.
Yeah, we are in great company with all of those other games, and hopefully people have seen this stream and are interested in what Humanity's throwing down. And there's a demo available on Steam right now that you can try out for free and see if you like it. It's got not only 10 stages from the story mode, but you can also kind of look through 3 sort of pre-placed user stages that are in there. You can't browse the whole catalog in the demo, but we kind of have a sample of it in there. And then you can try out the stage creator. You can't save or upload your stages, but you can try a sort of limited version of the stage creator. It doesn't have all the features that the full version has, but you can at least try it out and give it a whirl and see if you like it.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this community building upon it itself, right, over time. We're definitely going to get new players through our Steam version, and with that comes new community creative levels.
Yeah.
Which we're always excited to see new creators and what they come up with. So.
Absolutely. There's so many great stages already in user stages, but we want to welcome as many people as possible to the community and start making stages. There's really unlimited possibilities in what you can do in the stage creator. It's great. Yeah,
and also we did play through story mode earlier, but I want to iterate. You also mentioned there's boss stages. There's a lot we didn't cover in the story mode that I'd be really excited to see new players come about.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend giving it a go. Check out the demo if you want to give it a whirl before you make your decision.
Yep.
But hopefully you enjoy what you see. And look, maybe you enjoy our fall and winter model that just appeared that we unlocked for our humans. And those you can unlock all the models and skins that you unlock. You carry over into the stage creator if you want to create a cool mood for your stage. So
that's true. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we can
thank
leave
you.
It there.
Thank you everyone for checking out our stream. We may have it. We may still be live here going into the weekend, but appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully you give Humanity a chance via the demo.
Yes, and we can't wait to see your user stages already. Please buy the game, create some stages, tell us about them in Discord. Discord.gg/enhance is where we are. We're always willing to give advice to creators or features stages and stages we love, and we want to know about your experiences in the game, so please share them. And we do these streams, we do community streams every week. We're sort of scheduling to do them on Wednesdays now, where we showcase some of the stages that are coming out of the community, as well as talking to people who have played the game or enjoy the game, or creators of stages that we like. So please tune in for that. Subscribe to Enhanced Experience on Twitch and YouTube. And I think that's where we'll leave it.
Awesome. Thanks, CJ, for putting on the stream today, and everyone for checking out the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. Hope to see you again in the future. And thanks for tuning in.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.